During the drive, the radio began broadcasting breaking news. The regime has fallen. The revolution has triumphed. Bucharest was celebrating, and Anna sat there crying. Ceaușescu stared out the window in silence, as if he couldn't believe what he was hearing, how everything had changed so quickly. How his empire had fallen in hours. The driver noticed their nervousness and suggested that they hide in an agricultural institute on the outskirts of the city. Perhaps they could find temporary shelter. They agreed immediately. But the director of the institute, upon seeing them, realized who they were. He didn't immediately reveal this. Instead, he led them to a side room, locked the door, and called the local police. At 3:30 p.m. on December 19, 1989, the police arrived at the scene. Nicolae Ceaușescu and his wife, Ina, were arrested and immediately taken to a nearby military barracks in Targu. There, not a lawyer was waiting for them, but a military tribunal. The new government had decided to conduct a speedy trial, with no room for delay. December 1989 was Christmas Day, but in Romania, it was not a day of celebration, but a day of trial for the most famous, a dictator in Eastern Europe, in his isolated military residence, created an extraordinary tribunal specifically for this day. Everyone in it was a military man. The judges, the lawyers, and even the atmosphere was strict and heavy, with no mercy. Ceaușescu and his wife, Ina, were charged with 3 devastating charges: genocide against the Romanian people, the deliberate destruction of the national economy, and then an attempt to flee with more than $1 billion of their money. The people sat Ceaușescu on a wooden chair. His hands were tied behind his back, his face bearing the same look he had held throughout his rule: defiance, arrogance, and denial. Even at that moment, he couldn't believe that it was over. He shouted in a loud voice as he stared at the judges, "I do not recognize this court, this illegitimate court. I am the elected president of Romania." But no one responded. The judge continued to read the charges in a clear, firm, unwavering voice. The witnesses stood one after the other, recounting the crimes of the regime, the effects of repression, and the voices of T.